Alright, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another reaction. Today we got History Matters. We did ancient Rome and China know about each other. I love the history behind Rome and China, so this is going to be a really good video to watch. Let's go, man.
During the 2nd century AD, the known world, Americas, was flanked by two great empires. To the west sat the Roman Empire, and to the east lay the Han dynasty. Both of these powers sat at the end of the Silk Road trade route, which saw goods move mostly from China to Rome across continents. And both of these empires had a great deal in common. They were geographically large, they were run by emperors, they had professional armies, and they were plagued by their barbarian neighbours. This obviously raises the question.
And they both have very cool history.
What did these two know about each other? Surely Rome and China had some idea of each other's existence and maintained some sort of contact. So first of all, both the Roman Empire and Han China were aware of each other and both knew that the other was a great empire. The Chinese mostly knew Rome as Dakin, which means Great China, implying that China saw Rome as its equal on the other side of the world. The Romans knew China by the name Serica, and much like how they saw everyone else, they saw them as utterly inferior. The most obvious contact they kept with each other was via trade, through India, the Persian Empire, or via the northern trade routes across the Black Sea. That's not to say it was all one way, though. The Chinese imported a great deal from Rome, most notably glass. The Chinese court was stuffed with Roman luxury goods, and it was a mark of extreme wealth to own Roman glassware. And this is actually one of the reasons that the Roman Empire was often referred to as the treasure country by Chinese bureaucrats. As for the Roman idea of China, well, it was much less flattering. Partly due to Roman ideals surrounding Stoicism, the import of luxuries like silk and precious stones were seen as immoral and decadent. And given the Roman dislike for running a trade deficit, China was seen as a hostile empire even if it was a world away. And in fact, many Romans believed that it was Rome's fate to one day conquer China. Anyway, beyond economic ties, how did Rome and China interact?
Bro, do you know how long back in the day it would take for them to get to fucking China?
Of the two great empires, China was the first to attempt to establish formal diplomatic contact. And this was when a man called Gan Ying was tasked with travelling to Rome. Now, he never actually got there, partially because it took years of travel time and also because his travels took him through the Persian Empire. And the Persians told him how he would likely never return home if he attempted to reach Rome. As a result, he turned back and the Persians gave a sigh of relief since they didn't want China and Rome to become friends. After Ying, the Han reported that an ambassador of King Andan, which is likely either Antoninus Pius or Marcus Aurelius Antoninus, arrived in China in 166 AD. However, the evidence of this is sketchy and there's no certainty of whether or not the two held formal relations, and in fact these simply could have been traders. And so ultimately there isn't enough concrete evidence to assert that whether or not the two great empires made any sort of concerted effort to talk to one another. The Chinese certainly took a greater interest in the Romans than the Romans did in them, but this didn't mean that the Romans knew nothing of Han China. They knew it was a great empire of immense wealth whose exports affected both the Roman economy and also Roman morality. Whereas the Chinese knew that Rome was also a grand empire and a land of immense treasures. As such, we know that they certainly 100% knew of each other's existence and traded a great deal.
I love how China's like, yeah, Rome is a great empire, and Rome is like, yeah, China's an okay empire, great empire, but you know, we want to conquer those guys. Fuck it.
I hope you enjoyed this episode and thank you for watching.
Actually, really interesting video. Love History Matters. These videos are honestly amazing. Hopefully you guys did enjoy as well. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.